Yep.
Breaking down some Joe Bonamassa licks today is at Norman's Rare Guitars, playing some blues licks in A minor pentatonic. So let's watch the full video and then we'll break it down lick by lick with tabs.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna play 6 notes for you.
All right, make them good.
There's my 6 notes. There's more like, let's say 7. But,
Okay, so A minor pentatonic. Also box 2. And then he comes over into box 3 slightly in one of the licks. So the first lick, let me play the video and then we'll break that first lick down.
Yep.
So he starts off on the 9th fret of the G string. This is the 5 of the scale. He plays that, then he goes over to the root. So he plays out with his middle finger, then plays the root on the 10th fret of the B, gives it some vibrato, and then plays the 8th fret of the high E, that's the minor 3rd. So he's basically playing this second inversion A minor triad, 5th, root, 3rd. But he's just phrasing it. That's the opening lick. And then he comes over into box 1, grabs the high E, 5th fret, that's the root, gets that twice. So we get that high E, 5th fret, root twice. Then we jump over the B string and we're going to get the G string, 7th fret, and we're going to push that up a half step. So that's going up into the blue note. So we're going to push that up a half step, then pull it down without the bend coming down. We're going to go up, cut it off, and then we're going to come down and play the 7th fret again. Then come back and play the 5th fret on the G string, that's our minor 3rd. Then we're going to come over and grab the root, D string, 7th fret, and finish that bit with a vibrato on the minor 3rd, 5th fret G string. And he repeats this lick throughout these different licks in the video. So just that on its own is a great lick. So from the beginning, that one, so you've got this, that lick to open it. And then he finishes that off from that minor 3rd vibrato. He comes over and he grabs the root and he does this, he's playing this with his fingers and he kind of rakes up and he gets the root, which is the 7th fret of the D, then straight above it grabs the 5, which is also on the 7th fret of the A, and then finishes it with a hit on the root, low E string on the 5th fret. And he does that pretty quick. So that's he rolls that over with his 3rd finger. So we've got, so you could think of, there's your A chord, it's coming up from the root to the 5th, to back to the root again. So he rolls that finger over, but he does it pretty quick and rakes it. Pretty quick. I just want to quickly thank Jonathan, who emailed me requesting this video. He sent me the video, then he went on and did the tabs for me, so cheers for that, mate. If anyone's got any requests for stuff, please happily email me, I'll consider anything. Really slow. Next lick. So he finishes it off, he comes over into box 4, 14th fret of the G string, that's our root, gives it a little bit of vibrato, and then grabs a minor third, 13th fret of the B, gives that a little bit of a tweak, and then pushes up the 15th fret a whole step. So that's going up to our 5 again. Pushes that right up, cuts it off, and then plays the 13th fret again with some vibrato. That's the minor third. Then grabs the root again, 14th fret of the G, and slides back. Then comes back into box 1, slides up out of nowhere into the 5th fret of the B string, and then we play 5th fret B, 5th fret high E, and then back to the B. Then we go 8th fret B, back to the 5th fret. And then we play that same lick as we did in the first lick. And then he finishes the lick, and he's implying the 5 chord here. So he's sliding into the 9th fret of the G, that's the 5 again of the scale. And then he plays the 8th fret. So the 8th fret, it's the flat 7 of our tonic, but it's also the minor third of E. So you could basically think of this as E minor pentatonic. That's why it sounds great, and it's like highlighting the 5 chord. All together from the beginning, really slow. I'll do that bit a bit slower. So we've got root, 5th, back to the root. Next lick.
Okay, so I'm gonna play 6 notes for you.
All right, make them good.
There's my 6 notes.
So this lick starts off exactly the same as our first one, back up in box 2. So he goes from the 5, it's the 9th fret of the G again, and we're playing the notes of that A minor triad. We're going 5th, root, and then he bends up that 8th fret, minor third. He goes a bit slower and longer on this time round. Then he comes over to box 3, 13th fret of the B string, that's the minor third, and he bends that up 2 whole steps, and that's basically taking us to our 5. So he bends that 13th fret up, right up here, achieving this E. Then back to the 10th fret, back to the 13th fret, back to the 10th. All that on the B string. Holds 2 whole steps. Then comes over back into box 1. We're going to go 5, 5, high E, then the B string. Then we're going to do that same lick, and he does exactly the same again. He does that lick here, and then he does that move where he rolls up on the root on the D, then goes to the 5th, also on the 7th fret of the A, and then finishes it off with a hit low E 5th fret. That whole lick. You can roll over with one finger, or you can just play up it with 2 fingers. Whatever works best. So I'm going to go through the whole lot really slow now from the beginning. This 2 whole step bend, if you find this difficult, you're just gonna have to practice. Start with the whole step, and then just keep going further and further to achieve that E note there. Just dig in. A good way I like to learn bends when I was learning them is push it up to pitch, and then I would just sit and hold it like that for like 20-30 seconds till it felt like you're ripping the finger from off the nail, and then just relax, let your hand rest a little bit and do it again. Listen to the note you want to achieve, bend up, leave it there for a bit. I'll just put a jam track on. Right, have some fun with that. If you've got any questions, just leave it in the comments. And if you've got any requests, please feel free to email me. Cheers.